531-660, the item number. And also, even if you get a machine tonight, don't forget that there is another very important element to Pilates. The machines are wonderful, and of course Joseph Pilates himself developed the reformer machine. But the mat work is absolutely brilliant, and for strength and being supple.
Well, people always say, what do I do to really challenge myself beyond the machine? It's really the mat. But this is the best value for money, because you get the mat, you get the barrel, you get the magic circle, and 3 workouts. So you get 90 plus minutes of Pilates here for that amount of money. Awesome addition to your studio.
And that's back in stock at £110, 530-703 is the item number. Now, just before we get cracking with our workout tonight, I'm just going to give you the details of how you can contact us. You can ring us in whilst you're ordering on 0800 50 40 30 and ask to be put through to the studio. Or you can ring through on studio line, which is 0800 54 44 34. Again, when we've got the expert here, and Marshall is an absolute true expert when it comes to Pilates, come through and ask questions. If you've got problems with your back, if you've got problems with one leg longer than the other, if you've got problems with one arm stronger than the other, you know, whatever your imbalance is, that's why Marshall's here. She's going to be able to answer your questions, or if not answer them, point you in the right direction of how to overcome them. And also you can text us as well. We'd love to have some feedback from those of you who maybe bought the JP at the end of last year when it was last here. And again, you know, we'd love to hear your feedback on how you've progressed with it.
So just really quickly, 3 cords, 7 feet long, 19 inches wide, 24 stone, folds in half, super comfortable. What else?
You said it. I mean, and it folds up.
Yes.
I mean, it is more difficult to fold up because it does have the integrated stance.
Yes,
but
so
you
it's a
can
question
still
of
do
just
it.
unscrewing these bolts and then folding the legs down. So it takes a tiny bit longer. Try to leave it up, because if you do, you'll use it.
Yeah.
And again, the other thing I want to say is 66 pounds, 60 pounds a lesson out there in the world. So, you know, one payment, 1 month, you'll get to see exactly what this can do, and you have to try it. You can't keep watching us. We get boring after a while. You have to try it. You really do. And if you have tried it, do call and share that experience.
And of course, it does come with a video, and you
and
are
a chart.
there
Yes.
as the personal trainer, and I think you are inspirational. And I always have you on in the gym with me when I'm at home. I never do a workout without you there, because you're just there and you're making me focus. And I just think that's great that you get the video as well, not just a chart.
They're so old, those videos now. Do you think I look different?
No, you haven't changed at all. If anything, you look more youthful. Certainly
thank you.
Certainly more stylish.
I know. How about those old-fashioned leotards and things?
Now, we're going to start, aren't we?
Yes, and we always begin, you know, the brilliance of Pilates is it's a warm-up, a cool-down, a stretch training, and a strength training, all in 20 minutes. So just think about that. If you go to the gym, you have to change, you have to do all your equipment, lots of different machines. I don't know how many, but probably, Joey, I think, said 13 or 14 machines to even remotely cover the muscles you're covering here. Then you've got to get off, you've got to go somewhere, and you've got to do all your stretching. Meanwhile, you have to do some warm-up, and then you have to cool down.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of effort. Here, it's all built in.
And it's ideal, you know, if someone's had a baby recently, they've gone through their 6-week check, the doctor's okayed them to start exercise again. You've taken that huge strain of having that great big bump carrying around. You've taken all that strain on your back. Your back needs strengthening, your core needs re-strengthening, doesn't it?
And I did it all the way through my pregnancy, as you all know, because I was here with bellies out to here, and unbelievable for that pregnancy and certainly the recovery. Great for arthritis, great for any kind of chronic illness that involves pain of muscles and joints, because it's so gentle. Wonderful for the old, the elderly, wonderful for the young, incredible for men, especially men who want to play great tennis, better golf, better sports, great for training of all kinds of physical fitness, incredible for the very fit and the not so fit.
I mean, the beauty about this machine as well, I think it really does keep you in the right position, because we were talking about this earlier about the core, and there's so much talked about the core and everything, but this really helps you to be in the correct position so you can focus on the core. You're not sort of free and around. You are in a very controlled position on this machine, aren't you?
Yes, it's interesting. In lots of, especially the mat classes, they'll spend at least the first class talking about finding your core. And if you ever really find it based on all those cues, it's sort of a miracle. But the machine actually forces you to learn how to stabilize because the platform's moving. So it's no different really than being on skis or a skateboard or snowboarding for the first time. You're on an unstable surface, and so your brain knows how to force those muscles to engage, and that's what you learn to do. But the good news is you always start out lying down. So for those of you who are afraid of exercising, and we need to talk to Beverly about that because that was really her story, terrified, terrible back problems, terrified of exercising, afraid she'd hurt herself, and found Pilates, and that's true of so many of you.
Now, whilst I've been lying here and Marjolaine's been chatting away, I've been doing what's called the leg series, which is your warm-up, really.
Yes.
And if you ever did dancing as a child, it's kind of like doing your pliés, but you're in a much better position, you're supported. And I've just been asked by my producer what muscles I'm working. It's more a case of what muscle am I not working, because I've just worked all the leg muscles and all the different ones because I've been changing my feet position, but I'm having to control everything from the core, which is exactly what Pilates does.
And now I'm going to do a little experiment with you because you are actually, you know, one of the aficionados of Pilates now. You've been doing it so long. I'm going to take 2 cords off, and I want you to tell everybody what that does to this exercise.
Totally changes it because I've got to pull the machine back in, the platform back in.
With?
So, hold on. My tummy.
Yes. So again,
I've never done that before.
I know, it's time.
Because I just do it on the strong cords for my legs.
I know. So now I'm just showing you the versatility of this system, how much harder this is. And it's going to take, let's say you have dodgy knees or you have an issue with ankles or hips. First of all, she's completely protected. Secondly, there's a corrective mechanism going on here because the machine is correcting her shoulders, her balance, her stability.
Really feel that there.
And now she's actually having to stabilize. All the little stabilizing muscles have to work. And so you can actually really change this workout. So your goal in the next, until I come, is to reduce a cord on every exercise you do. And you're going to suddenly see this unbelievable change yet again.
What do you mean?
All these years.
What do you mean yet again?
Well, look at all the wonderful changes you've had in your body.
Yeah, so in the last 2 months.
First of all, the imbalance in your leg was one of the first things that we saw. The weakness really strengthened, so you became much more balanced from right to left. We've seen a tremendous weight loss in you. I mean, you look gorgeous. And we've seen so many changes, and now there's going to be a whole other change because real challenge of Pilates is less cords, not more. Everybody thinks of it as more because we're so used to thinking of traditional fitness.
With weights and everything.
Mobilizing
the
muscles,
better it is,
more cords, harder. It's not true necessarily. It depends which muscles you're trying to work. You've got lots of tone, you're lovely, and you know, so now it's time to really work internally. And we're going to see, I mean, an unbelievable difference. Yet again. And I mean, I'm saying 10 years later, I still see things that are changing in me.
And that's the beauty, I think, of Pilates anyway, because your workout is never the same 2 days running, and because you've now got all the different DVDs or videos, whichever you're buying, it's always fresh. I never, ever get bored. You know, if you've got one machine and you can only do one set of exercise on it, how bored are you going to get after about 3 months when you've mastered it? You never, ever get bored with Pilates. And it moves, you know, it makes you supple. I mean, you know, we've talked about this before, but it really is fantastic for supple, long, lean muscles. I don't want bulky arms. I've never wanted them. I don't like working with free weights. I can't run. You know, Pilates, well, it is my fitness regime.
And who can run, really, Julia? Anyone that's done any kind of traditional fitness in the last 20 years is hurt. They've got dodgy knees, their neck is sore, or they're overweight and they really can't jog up and down. This is an amazing form of fitness for that. You're going to do legs in straps, right?
Am I?
Yes,
okay.
on less cords.
Oh, am I?
Yes, just for fun. And and I wanted to ask Beverly, you know, her story, because I think this is really important for those of you who have watched and watched and watched, and number one, think you can't do it, or think it's too easy. Let's hear what she has to say.
So Beverly, come on, why do you use Pilates?
Am I plugged in?
You are, I think, yeah.
Yeah, because I have a really serious problem base of my spine. And I think the worst thing is this fear that you're going to do something dreadful. And the whole thing about Pilates for me is that I'm supported all the way through. So I can lie down, I can work my lower half, my top half, and just feel utterly safe. And I'm toning, strengthening, and I love it. It's just the best thing ever. I'm enthralled.
I mean, we're all total devotees, but if you're not out there and you want to come through and question us as to why we all love it so much, please do. We'd love to hear from you. But also, Marjolein, we've had questions through about weight loss. You know, how is this going to help someone in a plan to lose weight over the coming months?
It's phenomenal because in traditional fitness, what you're used to doing with strength training is you're isolating parts of the body and you're strengthening those muscles. And we all know that strength training is a very important part of weight loss because muscle in a resting phase burns more calories than fat. So the more lean muscle you have, the higher your metabolic rate is. Pilates does it so efficiently because you work all the muscles of the body in every movement. So you're actually converting fat to muscle much more efficiently and much faster than you would if you were doing a strength training system. There's lots of other reasons why you lose weight too. The fact that you're lying down, your legs are higher than your heart, a lot of the blood is really feeding the thyroid. There's a lymphatic flow that happens, elimination gets better, circulation gets better, more oxygen in the body. There's a lot of research on how oxygen helps you lose weight, thus those breathing techniques and things.
Yeah.
All of it contributes to a healthier body. As I've said in the last two shows today, I am a posture nut. I think healthy, good posture is the key to health, key to loss of weight, key to feeling good, key to no pain. And Pilates also does that. So it's very subtle. There's lots of things it does that we don't talk about because we tend to focus on how we look. But really, it's so much more powerful than that.
Now, what we're going to do, we're going to interrupt what we're talking about with our Pilates, because coming up at midnight, we have, of course, a brand new Today's Special Value. We're going to be coming back to Pilates in a few moments' time. It's funny because I was chatting to Ali Keenan and I was talking about Pilates because she knows that I love it. And she says, I've never seen you do a Pilates show. Ali, you have now, but what have you got coming up at midnight tonight?
I'm very impressed by that, Julia, actually. Yes, what we've got coming up is well, we're going to be wearing a little bit more clothing than you're wearing at the moment, in fact, but it is an exclusive range. It's been designed specifically for you out there. It is comfortable. We're talking about 97% cotton. We're talking about a price that is well under £40 as well for 2 pieces. And it's from a company that make clothes directly for us here at QVC. Quacker Factory is the name of the brand. It's not available anywhere else at all. And what I'm wearing is a wonderful kind of rhinestone, as you can see, their decoration on it. It's a 2-piece outfit, zip front, long jacket, trousers with pockets as well, and the price we're talking about for today's special value is in fact £34.72. A choice of the black or a beautiful blue as well. We've got it in all the sizes right the way through to triple extra large. So if you're looking for comfort with an added bit of sparkle, then definitely it's for you. And Gemma is going to be joining me for a whole hour of Quacker Factory fashion coming up at midnight tonight with, of course, today's special value. In the meantime, back to Julia.